Oh yeah, my name is Baasanjav, and I was born and grew up in Mongolia, and then I currently teach at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, and in early 90s I was the internet coordinator of the Soros Foundation and also worked in several information technology companies in Mongolia. And my field work this summer is news resources and information credibility for the nonprofit organizations, including education, media, and not-for-profit organizations. Although there are so many changes happening and the social media permeated into all spheres of the Mongolian society, there have been many changes, both positive and negative, and there are so many people who are doing a lot of the PR, public relations things, and then some people are using it to mobilize people and increase the participation by the youth. And there are so many things, positive things are happening. And I was talking to the young women's group who are changing quite a lot of the things using Facebook and to stop the sexual harassment, etc. So there are so many positive changes, but at the same time there are so many things are happening. There are like a lot of the changes that is not completely kind of desirable, and changes have been recorded by the international scholars worldwide that social media and digital media tend to increase the disinformation virally and then also increase the polarization in the society because of all the lot of the false information and misinformation in those societies. And then also it kind of tends to increase the radical messages because it tends to increase the kind of sensational news on the internet and YouTube, and those kind of the things have started to be registered by many media scholars and worldwide that this kind of the viral disinformation and misinformation and propaganda on the internet seems to be kind of polarizing in different societies and in some cases even influencing the elections in many different countries. So, and before the 2020 election, we would like to know what the perceptions of the social media are, what are the level, whether the Mongolians are cognizant with all this new kind of the technology development at the same time while they're using these new technologies, whether they are aware of some of the issues like misinformation, disinformation, privacy infringements, and information safety, and whether these people are aware of those things and what could be done to increase the media and informational literacy among Mongolians. Within this project, I wanted to conduct focus group interviews with the professionals and in educational media and not-for-profit organizations, and I was very happy to have participation from many different organizations, and including National University of Mongolia and the Mongolian University of Science and Technology, Globe International Press Institute, and of course the Soros Open Society Foundation, and many different Women for Changes and the Civil Society Coalition, etc. So many people were participating, and then my participants seems to emphasize quite a lot the importance of kind of promoting the digital and media information literacy campaign for the country. And this is probably one of the things that we will be collaborating following this kind of the field work. And after this one, we would like to work on several conference papers, for instance, to survey the students' perception of the digital social media and whether they know all the potentials and pitfalls at the same time of the social media, and then survey them. And then I'm hoping to collaborate with the faculty at National University of Mongolia, and then also would like to do the conference paper based on the data I collected here, and probably that will end up in one of the journals, in either in education, media literacy, or the International Communication Association journals. So that's what the whole plan is. And so I'm grateful that I have been supported by the American Center for Mongolian Studies, because as someone who grew up between the American and Mongolian culture, I know how difficult it is to get the support for the research that focuses on Mongolia only. and this has been really very important for my tenure case at Southern Illinois University, and I'm grateful to have this support. And I also would like to thank this Open Society Forum at Mongolian here, and then they've been very crucial in supporting me technically, providing space and recording, and at the same time they also work with many professionals in the field, and they've been very helpful in identifying the participants for my research, and I really appreciate the employees or the staff of the Open Forum Foundation in identifying the potential participants and for helping my support. And I also would like to thank my participant in my study, which includes the very high professional people from the university in media literacy, media education, and also not-for-profit organizations. So that has been pretty good. As far as challenges, I'm fortunate enough to have a big family and friends in Mongolia, and I speak Mongolian. It wasn't that much of an issue, but the city has changed quite a lot, and then traffic seems to be hectic and people are busy. And the biggest challenge was that putting people together in one room, the professionals who are working in the field, has been a little bit challenge for me, especially media professionals who really have routine tasks to provide media. And then second challenge for me was having all these new concepts such as surveillance, privacy, media literacy. Those seem to be new words, and then people are not very exactly sure what that means. And that, if you think about that, we don't really know what the Mongolian word for the surveillance or the private information was. And also legislatively, there seemed to be not enough legislative framework to define the privacy of the information, the protection of the private information, and information about the self seems to be either in the piecemeal legislations or seem to be spread, fragmented quite a lot. So that created us a little bit challenges in creating kind of the discourse about informational safety and then informational kind of the discourses about the privacy or the polarization in the society.